Hey, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to the new week. Good coffee. I started it a little strong this morning though. A little strong. I'm awake early. Was up out of bed early. Looked at my phone for a little bit, but I woke early enough to where I could zombie it a little bit. Got the coffee going. Did some shipping. Off to a good start despite the weather. I look out. Of course, I knew it was going to be cold. I didn't think there'd be snow on the ground and like snowing. What the F? 85 degrees Saturday. Snow on the ground Monday. Saturday, I even said, you know what? I'm not going to go for. I did ride my bike over to the new house on Friday. Saturday, beautiful day. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to be inside all weekend. It's only April. We've got nice weather for the next 6 months, 4 months. Oh yeah, famous last words, and then we get this. And I'm looking at the extended forecast, and it's going to be freaking cold in the 50s as highs, 40s and 50s. I think today in the 30s as a high for the next week and a half or so. So happy Monday. Happy Monday. Steve Ains is in the house. He's got a rainy Florida. I bet it's warm down there despite the rain. We've got Low Roller Scratcher in the house. MD Sports Card is here. Harlan in the house. We've got Jenny Miller here. Let's see. Brian Dean, good morning. Let's see. Low Roller wants more giveaways on Whatnot. And if he wins the lottery, he'll finally get a wife. Boston Smoke is here. What's happening? Let's see. Terry, good morning. Let's see. Sal Dougie, what's happening? Herman in the house. Good morning, Angel Baby Cards. We've got Talking Tatis. Matty Ice. Good morning. Pretty good weekend for the Cubs. Yes, 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. I love it. You know, only Saturday's loss was by just a run. Those are the type of games, though, at the end of the season, you're going to look back on. It's like, oh, if we only would have had that one game against the Dodgers. But they took 2 out of 3 in LA. And now the Cubs play the minor leagues the next couple games. They play the minor league Oakland Athletics. So hopefully they can keep some momentum going, not trip up. Oakland somehow has won 3 games this season. I don't know how. So the Cubs play this week. I picked up. I was going through. I had to do some strategy, fantasy baseball talk. Cover your ears. I had to do some strategy for my fantasy baseball lineup because I wanted to. Hayden Wesneski hasn't looked great. He's looked good at times. He's looked bad at times. But he's pitching for the Cubs tonight against the hapless Oakland A's. And I'm like, hey, this is a phenomenal streaming matchup. However, I also have 2 other starters going tonight. We get in my league 9 starts in a week. So then, but I've got a couple relievers from Baltimore. The Orioles are off today. So I wouldn't be taking away a relief pitcher. So I counted, and I've got 8 starts this week of my current starting rotation. So I'm going to have to pick up a streamer at some point. Now, Hayden Wesneski, as a Monday starter, will get 2 starts this week. However, his second start would be against the Dodgers. So I can drop Wesneski after tonight and then pick up because I dropped a position player. So I'll pick up somebody from the bench. And the only real decision I had to make, Oswald Peraza got the call from the Yankees. So he started the season in AAA. I had drafted him. And I just kind of stashed him away because he's should be really good. He was pretty good last year. So I hung on to Peraza, and it was just about to. Here we are a couple weeks into the season. It's like, how long do I keep him on my active roster? Then he got the call. So now I was short on shortstops. Now I have 4 shortstops. I have Lindor, Peraza, Jeremy Pena, and Zach Neto, who was just called up from the Angels. He's had a rough start in his first 2 games. I think he's 0 for 7, 0 for 8. So my decision today in a utility spot is either Zach Neto or Jeremy Pena. Neto against the Red Sox, and that's an early game. It's Patriot Day. Pena for Houston is in Houston against Toronto. So right now in my lineup, I've got Zach Neto with Pena on the bench. I picked up Pena off the waiver wire. Haven't even played him yet. So he was one of those. And looking at this week, one of those shortstops is probably going to get pulled by Thursday, because Thursday's typically Mondays and Thursdays are your light days. So Thursday, I'll probably have a decision to make. I'll drop Wisniewski. I'll have to look at Thursday's schedule to see what positions I'll need. In fact, I can do that right now, Thursday, because I know Thursday looked it's pretty weak. I'll have a lot of openings. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots to fill. So I'll be looking on the waiver wire this week. So little fantasy baseball talk. Speaking of Zach Neto, he made his debut over the weekend for the Angels, first player from the 2022 Major League Baseball draft to make their MLB debut. So I had not, but he was not one of the 40 players cards that I was pulling from the 11 4-row boxes of 2022 Bowman draft, about 15, 16 cases worth of Bowman draft paper. Once he got the call, I started pulling. So I listed 50 first Bowman papers I think I listed them at like $3 or best offer. I had somebody yesterday morning offer me $1 a card for all 50 of them. And I'm like, yeah. They had an early game, so I played it off. I didn't respond to the offer in case he went off, hit a home run, sales are going to come in. He didn't. He went hitless. So I accepted the James says don't do it. I accepted it. I sold them all. Well, I still have about 100 and sold 50. I pulled 10 out of another box. So about 200. So I have about 150 left. So I haven't listed any additional, but I will. Speaking of that Bowman draft, I went through and I pulled everything that I was going to pull for this time. I went through there was 11 boxes. I thought I only bought 10, but there was 11. So 11 boxes. What Jackson Holiday, that's the reason, because I was selling those. I sold 50 of them for $4 to $5 a pop. The total count on Jackson Holiday out of the Bowman draft that I bought, 189 Jackson Holiday first Bowman papers. I paid for those 11 boxes. I paid $400 for about 35,000 Bowman draft from 2022. So a great deal. Already I've listed. I just listed the holidays last night. I listed the Nitos. I think Saturday night. Those sold yesterday, so I've made gross $50 so far. I don't think any holidays have sold. I think that's all I've listed so far. So what I did was I pulled them all. Now I'm starting to put them in team bags of 50. So that way it's just I know exactly the counts, 50, 50, 50. And then there's going to be a small pile of about 30 or 40. Because it looks like it's going to be between 180 to 190 cards of each player out of the Bowman draft. So always fun. I've got the Janesville Card Show coming up on Sunday. That's where I bought a lot of other Bowman draft from 2022. So I'm looking forward to hopefully finding some more bulk on Sunday. Just what I need, right? James says Cole Young should sell. He's another guy that I was pulling. Let's see if I can remember. So I was pulling prospects, non-first Bowman prospects of guys like Ellie De La Cruz, Jason Dominguez, Jackson Chourio. I think it was just those three. Oh, and Anthony Volt, maybe. First, let's see. Jared Melton, Drew Gilbert, of course, Holiday in Nito, eventually Nito, Walter Ford from the Mariners, the pitcher, Cole Young, Brooks Lee, Eric Brown Jr. was one. Let's see, who else? Dylan Beavers, Judd Fabian, Orioles guys. So, and a whole bunch more. So, looking forward to getting those listed, selling, all that fun stuff. Where are we at in the chat? We've got Sal Dougie in the house. Kevin, good morning. Brian Wolf is here. Thought I was on time. Apparently not. We went live 7 a.m. Central. Went right on time live this morning. Cooter, good morning. John says, how many days in a row are we wearing Badger crap? Well, now that you say that, I think I might it's Badger week on Hobby Evolution. I just might wear a damn Badger crap every day this week. Scott Thompson, what's happening? Herman says, fresh off a weekend of camping and fishing, need more of that. Nice. I was looking at, I was in Marketplace, and since I look at RVs, RVs always pop up. And of course, it's getting to that time, RV weather, right? Especially here in the upper Midwest. And I'm looking, it's like, oh man, wouldn't it be so awesome to get an RV? I go through this like every spring. So awesome to take an RV to card shows. I could leave my quarter box inventory in the RV and not in my SUV. I could pick up freaking Goodwill pallets a lot easier with a RV. Wouldn't that be fun? Or I guess I could get a box truck, but you can't sleep or take a shower in a box truck. In an RV, I could just camp at Walmart somewhere if I'm at a multi-day card show. Save some money on the hotel. The problem is, and I think Steve brought this up, there are a lot of maintenance, and I am not a maintenance type of guy. So I probably wouldn't do well. It's just it's a dream I have. It was kind of one of my dreams was to drive to spring training. And I heard like multiple stories from people driving to spring training, whether it was this year or in past. They're like, I'm never doing that again. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe because I'm pretty impatient, which is what we're going to talk about today. Impatience. Even though I'm a journey guy, right? I love the journey, but if I'm going to spring training, like I can't wait to get there, and it's a long ass drive. So maybe it's just not meant to be. Maybe sometime. David Mercer, what's up? Mark Marinello in the house. He's sorting some, was it Mark sorting the 76? You can find out, go to the Hobby Evolution Facebook page. Let's drop that link. I think I forgot to post it in the description. Link copied. We're at 180 members in the Facebook group. So come join, have the fun. Come join the fun. Oh, Cooter's got a question. Let's see. So you can find out what Cooter's question is. If an eastbound train leaves LA for a cross-country trip to New York at the same time Bo starts his coffee pot, approximately how far into its return trip will it be when Bo's coffee finishes brewing? Let's see. Scott has Scott's in the chat right now. Scott has a helpful table that he references when doing math on cards and offers on eBay. That's a pretty good chart. Now, I will say it's going to be different for everyone, depending on if you have a store subscription, how much your supply cost is, and all that stuff. Plus, there may be a cost of goods sold attached if it's a higher end card, more than just a $1.50 card. But that's a pretty cool idea. I really like that. I do enough $1.50 cards where I've got it down pat, where I know exactly what my net margin is going to be on a $1.50 card. But if it's not like a 200 cards a day you're selling, and it's not just second nature, it's good reference, and maybe even you could break it out with a sidebar like, hey, this is how much I'm paying for penny sleeves. This is how much I'm paying for card savers or top loaders. This is how much my envelope cost is. This is how much my label cost is. This is how much the fees are. Here's the breakdown. What's 12.9 or is it 12.9% of final value fee plus 30-cent transaction fee? What am I breaking down? There's Mark Marinello. He is sorting 76 tops. Steve says 76 tops is one of his favorite years, and 76 is actually one of my least favorite sets of all time, especially when it comes to the 70s. I would say it's probably my second least favorite of the 70s behind 79, and I think 79 and 76 just look so much alike. Now, I wasn't born yet in either of those years, so if you were growing up and collecting at that time, they may look more different to you than they do me. So those are some of the things you can find on the Hobby Evolution Facebook group. Join it now. I will let you in. It is private, so we don't get sex bots in there. So I can approve you right away. So link is in the chat to the Facebook group, Hobby Evolution. John says, how many rings did the A's have during the Cubs World Series drought? Shut up, John. Eric, what's up? Did the Green Bay show good show and had a guy come through trying to peddle cards. I bought a monster box of hockey with over 300 rookies. Took a page out of Bo's book. I love it. I love it. I don't love the hockey. Sell them to low roller. I don't love the hockey. Eric loves the hockey. Very cool. I saw some pictures of the Green Bay card show. Looked like it was a great success. Would have loved to get up there, but with my schedule the next few weekends, I wanted a weekend off. Card shows this week. I'll be in Janesville on Sunday. Hoping to I'm in a bulk buying mood now. I went a couple shows where I was buying a lot of Cubs stuff for the PC. Now I'm kind of back on an inventory kick. I think it kind of spurs from. I think when you buy a collection that it's like, oh man, and you start, it's a success. Success breeds success, and you want to keep buying, but you got to hold in the reins. Is that the right side? I don't even know what that's saying, but you got to hold it in sometimes. So if a deal I'm always open to buying. It's just, is the deal for me? And we're going to talk about that. Sticking in your lane, be patient. So always be looking. ABL. Always be looking. So it's not that sometimes I go to shows and it's like I'm not buying. It's not that I'm not buying. It's just that my intentions are not to buy. But if a deal falls into my lap and somebody says, hey, I'll sell you all these for $100, it's like, oh shit, hell yeah, I'll buy that. So when I say I go to a show and I'm not buying, and then I come home with like 8 monster boxes and you're like, I thought you said you weren't buying. It's like, no, I'm always open to buying. Always open to buying. JW, what's up? Good Monday morning. My wife and I would like to know if you have an idea on how many Cubs cards you have. I have an exact idea. So the last count, I was at 886,400. So 886,400. The Bowman draft that I just bought, another roughly 2,000. So that's 888,000. I've got another 200 in a box I haven't opened, and another big box that there may be a couple thousand. So roughly 890,000. Roughly 890,000 Cubs baseball cards. So in hoping, I need to catch up with my buddy to do the Blue Jays for Cubs trade, and that should add another 15,000. So I should be, by the end of April, I should be over 900,000. Card hobbyist in the house. What's happening? Paul Carl is here. What's up? Good morning. Who else is working on shipping while listening? You know, I got interrupted from shipping. I was shipping, and then and then I interrupted myself. I had a nice little start this morning on shipping because I didn't do as much shipping as I probably should have done yesterday. But I really wanted to get that Bowman sorted. Once I started, it's like I'm doing all 11 boxes. I want to know how many Jackson Holidays are in here. I want to get all the Cubs cards pulled. Let's go. Let's see. Matty Ice, what's up? MD Sports Cards, what's wrong with wearing Badger stuff? One of the best all-around universities in the U.S. Damn right. Brian Dean says we need more likes. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Zach Nito is money. I thought Bo was working for Walgreens. Where the hell were we? It was when I worked for Allen Lund Company. Their corporate headquarters are in La Cañada, California, which is Pasadena, basically. And we were, I think across the street, there was a sporting goods store. And I don't even know what chain it is. It's on, what is that? Angeles, just off of Angeles Crest Highway, I think. And we were in that, and one of my coworkers was wearing a polo that kind of looked like if you wear a red polo into Target, somebody's going to be like, "Sir, excuse me, sir." And somebody did that to my coworker, and I think we were coming back from the owner's. The owner has like a dinner. So basically, the company has this orientation essentially, and they bring out like 15 new hires or semi-new hires. They bring them out to corporate, wine them and dine them for the week. And one of the nights we go to, at the time, Alan Lund was still alive. He passed away a few years ago from cancer. But Alan was still alive, and he lives, in a real fancy house there in Pasadena. And after that night at his house, I think that's when we stopped, because our hotel, like all the employees stayed at like the Marriott in downtown Pasadena. Anyway, it was pretty cool. We went to the dinner at the owner's house, really nice house on a lake, and they do like filming, like all types of movie filming, like in this neighborhood and in this area. So before when we were still at the office at corporate headquarters, HR, whoever was in charge of like all the planning, says, by the way, for the drivers, they are filming a movie in the neighborhood next door to Alan's house. So parking, the road might be closed at some point. So park here and here. So, and of course, all of us like country bumpkins, we're not used to LA and the film scene. We're like, ooh, what movie is it? That's the first, like everybody's, what movie is it? And so my thought was, oh, it's probably some like crappy after school special. And our HR lady goes, I'm not sure what the movie is, but it's a Will Ferrell movie. And we're like, what? Unfortunately, it was like an after school special. It was like a Lifetime Will Ferrell movie that I did end up watching like a year ago. It's terrible. And it's not even like a it's like a suspense thriller. So they actually filmed it. There were parts of the scene in the lake behind our owner's house. And then the film crew was still there when we arrived to the house. There was still a lot of film crew in the backyard, which was like right next door. And I have some photos. Actually, I'll share. I can drop the photos in the Facebook Hobby Evolution Facebook group. I can probably do that right now because I've got that open. Matthew, let's get you in. Matthew has asked to join Hobby Evolution. You are in, sir. So the movie, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a Will Ferrell movie. And who else was it? Somebody else was in it. Okay, it's going to take me too long to find the photos. I'll get the photos after the show. But we get there, and I guess we had missed Will Ferrell by one of the guys was a smoker. He was out on the road smoking, and like the makeup, it was Will Ferrell's makeup artist for this film. I don't know if it's like his full-time makeup artist, but they were having a smoke out on the street, and she's like, yeah, you guys missed Will by like 15 minutes. And it's like, oh my God. But it was a crappy movie. I did watch it. I can confirm it was a crappy movie. Something I think that the Will Ferrell and his wife, and I think it's disappeared or got kidnapped. What the hell was it? Will Ferrell Lifetime movie. A Deadly Adoption from 2015. I can tell you it was released in 2015. It was filmed in 2014. Let's see, when was it? September of 2014, as a matter of fact. Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig is his wife. So it's they do call it a black comedy, but I didn't see much comedy in it. A Deadly Adoption, black comedy thriller about a successful couple who take in and care for a 6 months pregnant woman after losing their second unborn child. They're hoping to be able to adopt the new baby, but taking a total stranger into their house is taking a terrible risk. So it's Will Ferrell, Kristen Wiig, Jessica Lowndes, Jake Weary. I don't know who else is in. I think that's about A Deadly Adoption, and it was legit a Lifetime movie. Who's this Jessica Lowndes? Canadian actress. Let's see. Oh, she was on the new 90210. Oh, she was in a Hallmark Christmas movie. I should know her. She was in Too Close for Christmas. She co-starred with Chad Michael Murray. Let's see. What else has she been in? Jessica Lowndes. Of course, we know Kristen Wiig. We know Will Ferrell. Not much. 90210 and some movies we've never heard of. Anyway, so that's my Will Ferrell story. Let's see. Where are we at in the chat? This snow sucks, by the way. I need to get into the habit of checking my fantasy team each morning. That's what I do every morning. In fact, I check it like 7 times a day. And probably in the weekends even more. I do a lot of my and I'll look like usually the night before I'll check to see what I've got going on for Monday. You know, what games, what teams are off and all that stuff. Zach, good morning. Hall of Fame card collector, good morning to you. Last night, I had a buyer come in and buy multiple items from my store, and other buyers buy single items. Very nice. Flawed Thinker says, Eric Brown Jr. reminds me a lot of Trey Turner. Hopefully, he will make it through the bigs. Yeah. I do. It's like I do want to see, and I told Sal Dougie, picked up, actually from my eBay store, picked up a Sal Frelick, and I said, I'm rooting for Sal Frelick, because he's one of my minor league keepers on my fantasy team. Great win for the Cubbies. Yes, the Cubs won in LA yesterday. I love those 3:00 starts. I watched the entire game. It was a Cubs win. It was dicey at times, but essentially the Cubs won. Jenny says, in your gas mileage on an RV is 2 miles per gallon. Yes, it is. Let's see. You should wear your Badger gear and profile a different Steve Garvey card every day for John. That's a great idea. Wonder if I have any Steve Garveys laying around. Let's see. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's thumbnail. The Garv. Zach and Porter in the house. We've got Donald Davis here. John says 3-cent envelope scored at the $1.25 store this weekend. Heck yeah, that's a good 3 cents. That's a good price. James wants to know if I have extra team bags. I do not. In fact, James, I buy my team bags at like Walmart and Target. So, because I don't use team bags too often. But I probably should. I'm not sure what I can get, what my price is. Let's check out Columbia. Am I logged in? Damn it, I'm not logged in. Let's see if I can remember my password. Not sure what because they are actually pretty cheap. That password doesn't work. I've got one more, and if that doesn't work, I'm shit out of luck. Okay, that one didn't work. That one worked. Okay, card savers, top loaders, soft sleep, team bags. Here we go. What's my price on team bags? Make sure I am in the wholesale. Okay, I am. Team bags, a case of 5,000 for $67.99. So $68 divided by 5,000. So a penny per team bag. And what am I paying at? Oh yeah, because I'm probably paying what, 3 cents at Walmart and Target. I just put in a huge order. I probably should have just picked up some damn team bags. But no, I do not have any extra team. In fact, I'm probably going to have to make a Walmart run to buy more. Because and you're like, well, you save a whole bunch if you just buy them on. I guess I could, because I think it's 68. There's no limit. Everything is shipped All prices on Columbia Wholesale's website are shipped prices, so I guess I could put a case order in. Let's see. Might as well just F it. Buy 2 for 2% off. I don't think that works with a sale. View cart. Let's see. Check out. So I have my information saved. I guess I could go through PayPal and just use my business card there. Okay, let's see. Continue to shipping. Just do that. Continue to payment. So, yeah, and I don't know. Let's see. I wonder if it'll. Today's what? Monday. The card shows Sunday. So, I might, James, I might have these in. I'm going to order these now. Let's see. We're going to put this on my business card. Oh, no, we don't want my PayPal balance. Come on. How do I get that off? Don't use. There we go. There we go. So I might have these in if you need them. I might have these in for Sunday's Janes. If you're going to be in, are you going to be in Janesville Sunday? May have some team bags. Let's see. It's not going to give me an estimated, but since it is Monday and I got it in first thing in the morning, Columbia, they haven't woke up yet. They're out there on the West Coast, so it's only 5:30 out there. So maybe I will have team bags for Sunday's Janesville card show. I'll be set up in Janesville on Sunday. I'll have my quarter boxes. I'll have card savers, top loaders, penny sleeves, and maybe team bags. Let's see. Zach and Porter says I'm joining late, but if Bo hasn't addressed the lateness, when he schedules a start time in advance, he mistakenly chooses the time at post and it's not start. He's mentioned this before. Yeah, I have mentioned that several times. I don't change. You have to manually change your start time when you go on YouTube Live. And I don't change that. So to the one person that is concerned, low roller scratcher, deal with it. Let's see. Zach wants to know to lick to close or self-adhesive. John says 76 all-time All-Stars is the greatest subset ever. Self-adhesive. There you go. That's the way to go. I love the self-adhesive. Or wait, no. Yeah, self-adhesive. Let's see. I've seen that too online, but only found a Costanza type. I still bought them. Too good of a deal. Peeps in the house. What's happening? George is here. All about comics. Good morning. We've got Mark Marinello saying he seconds that. John, I love the 76 set. Must have bought over 200 packs that summer. See, there you go. John and Mark. I don't like 76, but I wasn't even born. John and Mark, that was probably right in your wheelhouse of buying. How old were you in 70? I'm curious, like what were your ages? Were you preteen in that, like 10 to 14 in that age range? Or 8 to 14? Because I'm thinking like my favorite set, most nostalgic about, is 89. And that's like my first year of collecting. And it's also like one of my favorite designs, but it's more nostalgia for me. John says never once would go into a Dollar Tree. Wife loves the place. Different story now that I sell. My wife thinks I'm being more attentive to her. Hey, there you go. Get her a thank you helium balloon, worth the price. Helium is more expensive than printer ink now. Interesting. Ideas for when you eclipse 1 million. Man, that's one of probably, that's a top 3 question that I get regarding the 1 million Cubs project. Typically the answer is I'd like to organize, but I know that's not going to be the case because it's like I don't want to organize a bunch of 88 Fleer, right? So I don't have any ideas for 1 million. Ideally I would like to be organized. So when people come up, because I have, and that's what's been great about this, is along the way you meet other collectors, other Cubs collectors, and they're like, I'm looking for the 1993 post Ryan Sandberg, and I'm like, oh, I probably have 7 of those or more. But finding them in this wall of unmarked boxes that I typically just, when boxes of cards, oh, hey, this is a cool card, and then it gets stashed away in a box that I don't mark and I don't sort and I don't organize. So I would like to be more organized so people come up and once I eclipse 1 million, I'm more open to the fact of like trading to other Cubs collectors to fill their collections. You know, there's no reason I should have 1,300 copies of a 1978 Topps Rick Russell. If somebody needs one for their set, then I can provide one. But I don't want to do that until I get there to 1 million. And here and there, I'll, somebody needs something, I'll help them out. Let's see. Sell more hockey cards to gain a share of helium. Hall of Fame says I just sent a trade request to Michigan Raiders. Badgers have the best Division I football team in Wisconsin. That is true. That's not just an opinion. That's a fact. Let's see. TD Sports Cards, what's happening? Good morning. Good morning, Johnny Boy Cards. What's happening? We're at 71. Hey, like it. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hey, speaking of subscribing, new video is up. I posted last night, 73. I did the walkthrough over the weekend at the new house. Drywall begins today. So I'm excited. I'm stoked. Can't wait to get over there later today and check out the start. So I did a walkthrough, basically the last video that I'll do before walls are up. Actually, I might do, depends on how much of the, if I might get excited and do a video with like half of the walls up. Who knows? Depends how long it takes. So today's drywall day, the beginning of drywall days. So excited about that. Somebody asked, tentative move-in date is still on schedule, mid to late June. So, and we're at the point now where could there be hiccups along the way? Absolutely. But like the issues that could cause delays, most of the issues that can cause delays, we're through that. Number one, we were put back a couple weeks because of the permit stuff. We had, like during framing, we had a lot of changes through the framing process. So we're through that. We've got all the plumbing. We got all new plumbing, HVAC, new furnace. We're all wired. Electrical's all in. So all of that stuff is in. All the cabinets are in. They're at a warehouse, and the people we order from are getting antsy and saying, "Hey, we want these out of our warehouse," and we don't have space for them. So cabinets are in. What else? Let's see. Most of the we're going to be our refrigerator. For some reason, our refrigerator was like way delayed because we put the order in like last summer. Like as soon as we committed to buy the house, we started ordering stuff. The refrigerator, I think, is the only thing at this point in time and it won't be in until like probably August, I think, July or August. So we're gonna have to deal with a temp fridge for the first month or so. So we should be. So everything at this point in time, of course, you never know. Basically the stuff that we need to move in will all be finished. So, there could be like the deck and the porch may not be finished. Obviously the landscaping, all that other stuff. Let's see. Todd, what's up? Good morning. Patriots Day in Maine and Massachusetts, Boston Marathon Day, and the Red Sox face Ohtani. Yes, we've got an early baseball game today. 11 a.m. start time. John, going to see Angels Yankees tomorrow night. Missed Ohtani by a day. Kevin says my wife has 2 days left of work where she goes on maternity leave. She doesn't know this, but she's about to get to know your channel. Let's see. TD laughs out loud. John says never rent your house out to movie people. I work on movies. Trust me. Sounds like fun, but your house will never be the same again. Let's see. Zach says 70s is right. Mr. Drummond loaned his penthouse to the A-team for filming, and it messed up all those kids off camera. Let's see. What's happening on those sets? Oh, man. Anything and everything, I bet. I can only imagine. The stories John could tell. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. John says, I worked on a film Saturday in a massive storage facility. The units had wire mesh ceilings. I spent hours peeking into units from a scissor lift above, seeing if there were any cards. There are some straight hoarders out there. Oh, yeah. When I hear like, oh man, like when my wife says, oh, they're hoarders, and I'm like, I get all excited, like, what do you think? Like when somebody says, oh, they've just got so much stuff, and I'm like, stuff? What kind? Baseball cards? Like my mind just goes straight to, do they have baseball cards? And so the house that we bought that we're renovating now, the previous owner was a hoarder, like basically a hoarder. And like the basement was just, there was a pathway to get through the basement. It was unfinished, which meant more room, less walls, more room for stuff. And my wife, the first time she told me about it, she's like, there's just stuff everywhere. And I'm like, ooh. And she's like, no, not like collectible stuff, just like junk. And I'm like, yeah, right. She thinks baseball cards are junk. So I go down there. I confirmed, yes, it was junk. Like we're talking like 1988 tube TV that probably hasn't worked in 25 years. Just junk. It was like air out of a balloon. Let's see. Thank you, Brian. Hit that thumbs up. Mark Hoyle in the house. Card Hobbyist says, you mean the Hallmark movie about a successful city woman who returns to her small town roots for Christmas and falls for the down-to-earth small town guy who shows her the true meaning of Christmas. Yeah, one of those. That is all of them. And I love every one of them. Actually, it depends on who's I love all the plot lines for Hallmark Christmas movie. It's just, I have my favorite actresses and actors. It's like if, I'm not a Winnie Cooper. Is it Winnie Cooper from, I almost said Boy Meets World, from Wonder Years. I'm not a fan of her. Candace Cameron, love her. Who's the other one? Lacey Chabert, love her. There's another woman that I just don't like, and it's like I'm not going to watch this movie because she's in it, even though it's the same story. If the actresses were replaced, I'd be all about it. But Jenny says she 2 weeks in, Jenny has already lost interest in fantasy baseball. Team bags or protection closes the opening in a card saver, negates the use of tape. Everything I ship is in team bags. Put that team bag link in the chat. You betcha. So that's a wholesale link. So let me find the Columbia Hobby. This weather, have I mentioned this weather sucks? Ugh. All right, team bags. Graded. No, graded are more expensive. Although graded would be nice. I like the graded. I get the graded bags sometimes at Walmart. Because I can use them. You can put more cards in the graded bags. Plus, you can put your slabs in there. I don't have too many slabs, but do they have case links? So it looks like for a pack of 100, they're $255. Is it going to automatically give me? Okay, I'll let you do the math. Here's the link. This is the retail link. Columbia Hobby. I don't know if you shop around. I don't know if there's going to be better deals out there from the other supply companies. But there you go. Let's see. Where else are we at? Let's see. John says, I've been buying from my LCS. Need a better source. Yeah, and you can probably, especially if you buy in bulk, if you buy like a case, you're probably going to get a better deal than your LCS. So so there is bulk discount rates on Columbia Hobby. So if you buy 100, so say you buy 100, and that's what's 100? So 100 times 100 is 10,000. You get 21% off. That's a lot of damn team bags. Do you want 100, or what was that? 100 times 100? 10,000. Okay, 10,000 I guess is you'll have plenty on hand. So 10,000 team bags. So 255 times 100 is $255, but you get 21% off. So 255 minus 54. So it's about $200 for 10,000. So that's about 2 cents. That's a pretty good price. If you buy 10 to 99, so if you only want, say it's like, I only need 1,000. If you buy 10, you get 14% off. And I think, is shipping included? Oh, there's also a coupon. There's a save 7 when you check out. So you could probably save 28% at Columbia Hobby. Free shipping on $200 or more. So you're going to hit that with, actually, you're going to be close, I guess. Anyway, there's the link. Play around. Might be able to save. Zach says, I don't do fantasy. I wonder if I have I should probably, I wonder if I have a code. I don't know. Anyway, Zach says, I don't do fantasy sports, but how is there drama already in a 162 game season? Kyle, good morning. Looks like the new house is coming right along. Yes, finally. It felt like we've been in it. It's been let's see, February, March, April. I guess it's 3.5 months. Yes, I had to count on my fingers. 3.5 months. Finally, walls are going to be going up. What are we buying? I just logged on. Team bags. Just bought some team bags. Hey, we're at 81 live viewers. Welcome to the show. Our record, by the way, is 85. So tell 5 of your friends. Let's set a new record on the live stream. Let's see. Donald says, do you have links for buying in bulk? Let's see. So Columbia Hobby. I've got to see if I've got like a link to, I don't know if they offer, what do you call that? People are always posting links because you can get kickbacks. Like if somebody buys something, you get like 5% back or whatever. I need to take advantage of that more often. I don't do any of those. People are like, hey, do you have a referral code? And I'm like, no. I don't think somebody asked me if I had a referral code for Car Dealer Pro. I'm like, nah, I don't think they do referral codes. And they're like, yeah, ask me if I put a referral. I'm like, oh shit, I should probably look into that. Let's see. Where are we at? John says Cardboard Gold is having a 10% flash sale today only. Excellent. Hall of Fame card collector. I just bought a 2022 Prism Kenny Pickett Blue Shimmer for $700. Nice. I was 8 years old in 1976, already had 2 kids and a mortgage. They're 8 years old. And for me, 8 years old is like peak nostalgia. 7 and 8 years old was peak nostalgia for me. Are all of the cards behind you listed? What's up, Greg? No. So all of my cards that are in my eBay store are on this shelf that you can't see off camera. So there's a shelf up here, and then there's 3 boxes here, and then there's this shelf, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boxes back there. And then over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boxes down there. So those are my inventory. All of this over here is like future inventory, and then the back half is Cubs. Everything on that back wall is Cubs. Everything back there is Cubs. Roughly 900,000 Cubs cards. Let's see. Grinding for Good. What's up? Good morning. Me and John are the same age. 74 to 82 was my wheelhouse. So you would have been 8 also. So yeah, right there. That's like the peak nostalgia I feel. Harlan says, I had a buyer contact me about a $7 postcard that the USPS damaged. What's the procedure so I can refund them, but also get paid by eBay? It was sent PWE. Since it was damaged, I don't know. I think insurance covers damage. Actually, I'm pretty positive. So let's go over here, because I think that's one of the options to click. Yeah, claim type, loss or damage. So here's the link. So make sure to save this. For anybody else, this is the standard envelope insurance. Now, I will say, Harlan, was it sent standard envelope? Since it was a postcard, I don't know, do postcards fall in standard envelope? If it was sent standard envelope, that's the link you need. John says yeah, or Harlan says yes. Okay, so you're good to go. So there's the link for the insurance claim. So the process is have them open a claim for damage, refund their money. You're going to need a screenshot of a message, and that's all here in the link that I provided. So it asks, upload a screenshot of your eBay order details for the sale and upload a copy of the buyer's message about the lost or damaged package. This should come from eBay Messenger. So I've also used their claim within the, like when they open a claim, that's worked. But if they sent you a message, I think that's probably the best, since that's what they lay out. And then you have to wait 30 days from the time it was mailed, I think from the ship date. And then you can go file this claim on the link. So what I do, I keep a spreadsheet. And, I look at the date and it's like, okay, I can file this claim. So that's the process. Andy Mack says you should organize while you don't have to do yard work this summer. Yeah, that is a good point. Let's see. Cooter says, I bought my 76 tops at the souvenir stand at the OKC 89er ballpark watching Bill in Lonnie Smith, Willie Hernandez, and Wayne Nordhagen. How did Bo get out of doing yard work this summer? By not having a yard. It's going to be dirt. Matty Ice, going to be sorting my Cubs cards and getting rid of all duplicates. I estimate somewhere between 5,000 and 8,000 that I'll have. Would love to do a trade for some Colts and Pacers. That's possible. I might just rather buy them because it'll take me less time to buy them than to sort 5,000 to 8,000 Colts and Pacers, especially football and basketball, because I don't have my football and basketball sorted. John says, Bo, you need to talk to the camera on your phone when doing your remotes, not the display. You're not making eye contact with your viewers. You need to talk to the camera on your phone when doing your remotes, not the display. I don't know what that means. Talk to the camera on your phone. Are you talking about my video from the new house? I have no idea. I don't even know where my camera's at. I just look at the display. If that's what I think that's what you're talking about. Let's see. My bedroom looks just like the screen image. Let's see. Hoarding is like OCD. People throw it around when it isn't the reality of the situation. It's clinical, not a cluttered card room. Helium out of a balloon. I become such a card hoarder. I bought my first packs at 10 in 1974. Graded are too big. They don't fit in the smaller envelopes as well. Let's see. I'm up to 15. 1976 Roland Office. On the other hand, already have 6 Reggies. Nice. Columbia has $82.99 for 5K. I thought you saw them in the 60 range. Yes, they're in the 60 range. Mine are wholesale prices. I have a wholesale account with Columbia. Shipping only above 200. That's on the retail side. Jenny says, John, I think he has a dealer type thing for his buying. Yes, that is correct. How about that? Whether it sucks, effing sucks. I don't even want to look out the window. I'm going to stay in my basement. Zach says, I need Bo saying coupon like I need air to breathe. Coupon. Where's Dan? Coupon. Affiliate links. There you go. Affiliate links. Denny in the house. Green Bay show was humming. Finally got a 57 star for the PC. Bart Starr. Nice. Let's see. Brian says, I saw your video on how to list variants on eBay. I now have 3 listings for various sets. Feels good to get those listed. Awesome. I know some people have had troubles with, eBay. You can't do a video on eBay that's evergreen because eBay's always changing things. So, And I don't even list variations anymore. So I don't feel like going back and doing another video. And that video gets a ton of hits. I can't believe it. Andy Mack says, I set a reminder for standard envelope claims on my Google. Oh, that's a great idea. I don't utilize my calendar as much as I should. With all the necessary information. Yeah, I have my spreadsheet, and I've got like the date of shipment. Where's it at? Let's see. I've got so many freaking tabs in this spreadsheet. I've got a tab, Bowman historical pricing, eBay claims to report. So I put the name of the person, basically all the stuff you need that they require in the website: tracking number, recipient's name, and eBay name, order placed. So March 24th. Oh, so I still have a week before that can go. And I think I'm gonna have to enter 2 more in. Let's see. Augusta Lawn Care, what's up? Good morning to you. Happy Monday. Your card room remote hits. Look at the damn camera like Cindy Brady. I don't even know where my camera is. I'm looking. I don't know. But I do notice that I'm like looking like, hey, what's up? Let's see. Harlan says, is the 30-day wait even for a damaged card, or is that only for lost cards? I think it's 30 days regardless. Let me see. That could be for lost though. Oh, maybe not. Maybe you can. Try it. Yeah, try it out now. Or whenever you get all the information, try it out. It says, tell us what happened to your package. Was your item or items damaged, or was your package lost? If you believe your package was lost in shipping, there may be a waiting period to file your claim. So yeah, if it's damaged, you could probably file right away. So yeah, I don't think there's a waiting period for damage. So let's see. Dan is by listing auctions. Probably his are doing awesome. Pet peeve: English blokes say Puma instead of Puma for Puma. Puma. I say Puma. Puma. Puma's funner to say anyway. Puma. Puma? But I guess I say coupon. Coupon. I had a teacher in high school who said coupon. Coupon. And she had a really high pitch, Mrs. Poole. Coupon. Coupon. You need to get your coupons. Puma. Joe Caprino, what's up? I posted a topic on the Facebook group about returns. Very helpful, as I had my first one last week. I got paid out in like 2 days. Yeah. The eBay, the insurance, I mean, it's fast. If everything goes smooth, the last claims I put in, they gave me the runaround. I did get my money, but they made me work for it. The other times it's just been within 24 hours, typically money's in my PayPal. Andy Mack says the nice thing is you can attach screenshots on the Google Calendar event. Oh, hey, that's nice, because I can't do that in Excel. I mean, I probably could, but it's easier on the calendar, I bet. Denny says, anyone familiar with Hype Breakers out of Milwaukee? Are they a little shady? Hype Breakers? I've never heard of them. Hype Breakers. But I am curious. Shoot me if you know anything about it. If they are shady, let me know. And if you have any of their names, who they would be, because I just want to steer from like promoting a card show. I don't want shady shit going on and people setting up that are shady. Let's see. So Denny, let me know if you find anything out. Shoot me a text. Why don't you list variants anymore? Too much time. Yeah, actually I can do singles. I can hammer out. Say I have 19. We're talking 1976 tops earlier. Say I have 1976 tops singles. I can hammer out 200 listings separately with pictures way faster than I can do a variation listing. And I also have 60,000. I have the premium store, which gives you 60,000 buy it now listings per month. So I'm not having to worry about savings on listings. I actually don't like variation listings as a buyer. I skip them. And I feel like if I'm skipping them, other people are. If I'm looking for 1976 tops Reggie Jackson, I don't want to go to a variation listing and search and then, oh, they don't have it or it's not in stock. So as a buyer, I don't like variation listings. So that's why I don't list them as a seller anymore. Now, I do have some that are just kind of grandfathered into my eBay store, but I haven't entered a new variation listing in a long time. And I also noticed that I don't sell too many cards out of variation listings. Some people do. But I don't, and I don't like hockey and I don't like soccer. So I'm not going to list hockey and soccer cards, which is kind of like to the point I wanted to make about today's show. The topic of today's show, which I haven't talked about yet, an hour in, is essentially just like staying in your lane. And sometimes it's good to be stubborn where you're staying in your lane and you're not buying hockey and soccer and you're not listing variations because you don't like it. Because I think the biggest mistake, and I'll just keep this to like card sales, when you're selling cards in a business, is we have a tendency to be, and I'm just speaking in generalities, we get impatient and we almost have like an ADD when it comes to, I had a crappy day of sales. What am I doing wrong? I need to do something different. And I've seen so many setting up at card shows, friends in the hobby, trying to make a go of it as a business. What happens is they get impatient. Okay, sales are down, and you're going to have that with any business, not just cards, but whatever it is. And what happens is the impatience kicks in, and now it's like, well, I need to do this. I'm not low dollar cards aren't working for me, so I need to go sell slabs. Okay, slabs aren't selling. Now I'm going to do autographs. Oh, I can't sell autographs. I'm going to do this. And all of a sudden it's like, you're not specializing in it. You're not getting better at anything. You're just, trying to hop from one thing to the next. And that's where I've seen a lot of dealers like at card shows set up. And it's like, I have a feeling they're not going to make it. By this time next year, they're not going to be setting up at card shows anymore and probably not, really dealing in cards much anymore. And I think one of the businesses people open, and I've seen, and I this is kind of what I thought about this morning, is what's like biggest, in my eyes, in my opinion, from what I've seen, the biggest failing business is the restaurant business. Somebody opens a restaurant and there could be many factors why the business fails. But what I've seen, like in my small town, like I look back, there's one restaurant in my small town that has like survived the last 30 plus years. In fact, I don't even know how long it's been. I think it was open before I was born. So 40 plus years. And I'm curious, it's not like a great, it's just a small town cafe, but it's been open and it's been, go up there with my mom and have lunch on a Sunday. And, they've got a great after church crowd on Sundays, and they have like fried chicken night, and it's been successful. But I'm going through and it's like, well, shit, that's the only, there's another restaurant, but it's on like its sixth owner in the last 20 years. And I look at other restaurants and closed. Why has this restaurant stayed open over the course? Because I think, and I don't know this is just my assumption, my guess, is they stuck to what they know, and they rode the wave. They rode through the down times, the bad and the good, and they provide good service and good food at good prices. And, I think there's a lot of impatience where, if you lose money, and I see this in cards, well, I can't sell this card for a loss. Sometimes you have to. And if you don't sell a card at a loss, you don't have any money. Say you spend $10 on this card and you've got it listed for 20, but the new comp is 5. It's like, sorry, that's the market. $5 is better than no dollars. And whether you paid 10 for it or not. And sometimes you just have to cash out. You have to ride that wave because the next time you don't want to do that over and over. That's another way to fail. But you see that a lot. So I thought about it, and I feel like the successful businesses ride those waves. And it's not like they didn't start out making, having a successful business right off the bat, most likely. They've had their downtimes, but they survived. They rode the wave. So just ride the wave. If you're feeling down about your sales, just ride the wave. But pay attention. Pay attention to pay equal attention to what's selling and what's not selling. I know I can list 1,000 cards in an hour to my eBay store. And you're like, well, why don't you do that? Because they don't sell. I could pull. Oh, I always look up there because for like 3 years, all of my more than 7 years, all of my complete sets were up there. Now that's where my quarter boxes are. Now they're buried down here because I don't need them. I could go pull an 88 score, an 89 score, an 89 tops. I could pull all those sets, open them up, list them in Car Dealer Pro, upload them to eBay, and I could do 2,000 today. Well, why don't you do that? Because they're not going to sell. Yes, does 89 top sell? Yes, does 88 score sell? Yes, does 89 Donner sell? Yes. All of that eventually, some of it will sell. The Jose Canseco, some of those will sell, but even those, they're going to sit. And I could list 2,000 cards today, and 6 months down the road, maybe 20 of them have sold. And I want a higher sell-through rate because my goal is to sell cards, not to list cards. Now, to sell cards, I have to list cards, but you have to list the good cards, the cards that are going to sell. The Zach Nitos. Who's selling? Who's selling right now? And that's almost as important as who's not selling right now. And that's pretty easy. What's not selling. Although sometimes I do have to look, and it's like we all make mistakes in the bargain boxes. If we're digging through looking for deals that we can flip, it's like, hey, I think this guy's going to sell. And I've made mistakes. Yordan Alvarez, I was buying rookies for $1. And guess what? I was basically breaking even. You don't want to break even, but sometimes you have to just to keep that momentum going. Make some sales, recoup some money, whether it's a loss or a break even or a small profit. So that's my thought. It was kind of it just came to me this morning. So that's why, nothing new. I'm always discombobulated. Let's see. John says all breakers are shady. I disagree. I love breakers. Well, let me rephrase that. I love good breakers. Because take, for example, Bowman Draft. I want to buy into Bowman Draft because I don't want to spend $300-$400 on a box and then get a couple Cubs. I don't want to go spend a bunch of money on a single of a Bowman Chrome auto, but I will spend $100 on a break because I know I'm going to get the cards I want, and I might even get a really good card. Now, do I make more? Do I get cards that are worth less than if I bought them as singles? Sometimes. Most of the time I do better. My 3 elite, I bought into 3 elite extra edition breaks. One of those breaks was $16 and I got a 1 of 1, the gold vinyl or whatever. But I'm a team collector. Now, there's a difference between random teams, and that's gambling. At least when the breaks I buy into, I'm buying in pick your team Cubs, and I'm buying into products that it's not worth it for me to buy singles, and it's not worth it for me to buy sealed wax. So in that case, I think it's great. If you're a gambler, hey, it's great for the gamblers too, I guess. Let's see. Denny says they sell singles too. Zach says, Google, where is my camera on my XYZ iPhone version, or ask Low Roller. He seems to be your best life coach up to present day. Puma. Harlan says it always catches me out when Bo says Aiken. Do I say Aiken? I guess I don't even realize I say that. Talking about cameras. Good luck with that. Yeah, Brian knows how that's going to go. John says, just ordered from Cardboard Gold, 5,000 team bags, $83.25 all in, including shipping. Hey, that's a good deal. Is that, was that what so Columbia, I think Columbia, that's what a Columbia Hobby sells. So you just go around the middleman. Let's see. Yep. I think. Yeah, Cardboard Gold. So is Columbia, I thought Cardboard Gold and Columbia Hobby were under the same umbrella. Well, shit. So what did I pay? Graded card bags. Team bags. Damn it. Team bags. Resealable team bags. A case of 5,000, $92.50. And you said was there a sale going on? Huh. Was there like a sale? I'm not seeing it show up. This item ships free, usually ships the next business day. And what did I pay for mine? Oh, I paid like 70 for mine, or 60. What did I pay? 67? What did I pay? Mine's wholesale though. But sometimes wholesale pricing is not like BCW. Cardboard Gold and Columbia Hobby were cheaper than my wholesale price at BCW on like penny sleeves back in the day. I paid 68 for 5,000, right? Yeah. 5,000 team bags, $68 total. Okay. Let's see. Adam Lee, search your 93 Pacific Nolan Ryan cards, 110 through 220. Some have a glow-in-the-dark message on back. I think I listed a whole bunch of those in my eBay store. I don't know if I want to search for glow-in-the-dark messages, though. Unless they sell for like $100. If they sell for like $3, then I don't want to do that. If they sell for $100, then I might do that. Annie Max says, I listened to a couple of your old interviews with Chasing Cardboard. Did you ever change your shipping process from printing one label at a time? No, it takes longer to do bulk shipping. For me, I don't understand. I have attempted bulk labels, and there's just more room for error. It takes me longer. I don't understand. I don't understand it, but people swear by it. I've tried it. It slows me down. I can print single labels faster than I can do bulk, and I don't have any room for error. I don't have a stack of labels that I don't know where they go to. So no, I have not, and I will not. But I have attempted. I am stubborn, but I did make a conscious effort to try out bulk label to see what all the hubbub was about. I think it was Paul. Was it Paul? No, somebody in here sent me a video, and I'm like, this is terrible. This is terrible. And I'm like, this doesn't save any time. This is just going to open me up to mistakes. Let's see. Angel Baby Cards. I'd like to know more about indexing and sorting for sale cards. I'd like to know exactly where the scan. Indexing and sorting. So basically, mine's pretty easy. So I just do a box. I do about 100 cards at a time, box 14, tab A, and I have these card dividers. And then those go on eBay into the custom label SKU field. And then when they sell, it pops right up like, I go to my awaiting shipment page, orders, awaiting shipment. And come on. And it'll say, oh, you sold awaiting shipment. Come on. Has anybody else's eBay been like, and I know my internet's not the greatest, but especially the eBay app has been just absolutely awful lately. Anyway, custom label SKU. So I go to awaiting shipment, and I need to ship a 2022 Topps Pro Debut Carson Williams custom label SKU. It's in box 15, tab M. So if this were box 15, tab M, boom, here it is. Look for Carson Williams, and super easy. Let's see. John says, good to know Adam Lee just bought a UV flashlight for stuff like this. Kyle says, I bought for my first variation listing a couple weeks ago, found a Dale Earnhardt card in the variation for about 50% off. Excellent. Is there an easy way in an eBay store to go back and put listings in categories? I don't think so. If somebody has because I stopped doing I used to categorize mine by team. And then once I started doing eBay File Exchange and then now Car Dealer Pro, I don't even worry about it. If people are looking for, basically, that's why I feel it's important to just put the team. If people are looking for a team, and I know it's probably nice to just go to his Detroit Tigers are here, but if you file them away wrong, just type in Tigers and you'll find your Detroit Tigers cards that are in my store. They'll all be as long as it says Tigers in the line, it should all be Tigers. So, but as far as putting it in categories, it would be nice, like top prospects or rookie cards, stuff like that, serial numbered cards, autographs. I guess it would be nice to categorize in that, but to go back after the fact, probably an arduous process, probably have to do it manually. I don't know if there's a bulk option for that. Plus a bulk option, I don't know. How would you search? There might be a way. I don't know. Short answer, I have no idea. Long answer, probably not, but maybe. You can't do best offer on variation listings. Found that out. Oh, interesting. I did not realize that. So that's another downside. Scanned cards are listed. Bert and I, what's up? I love hockey. I still like you too. Well, thank you. I like you, but I don't like hockey. Denny says, I may have accidentally sold one of those Ryan glows in my 25-cent box. How can you tell? Well, now I'm curious, because I wouldn't even care I'd be happy if I sold a Nolan Ryan card out of my quarter box. Like, oh, wow, somebody's buying Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan glow in the dark. Now, if it's like the ink dot, let's see. Nothing on eBay. What do I search? Nolan Ryan glow? Nothing. "91 Tops" is the only one. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is a UV lighting. What would I search on eBay for the glow in the darks? MD Sports Cards, love the stay in your lane comment. It's laughable how stupid card guys sound right now trying to sling Pokemon stuff. You know what? And this is something that I'm glad you brought that up. You followed up with a comment, because I almost didn't follow my own advice this weekend. Something that is the new fad right now in cards, Panini Prism Monopoly for basketball cards. And I'm seeing all of these hits come out, and I had FOMO for a second. I had FOMO, and I thought on, what was it, Friday or Saturday, I'm going to go to Target and I'm going to look for Prism Monopoly basketball cards. I didn't, because I'm going to stay in my lane. How many times have I said it on here? I don't like the basketball market. And I think this Prism Monopoly, if you ordered them because I think they went live on the Target website this weekend, and I thought about it. It's like, oh, I can buy them now. I'll buy 3 or 4 boxes. And they're like $25-$30. But by the time I get them in the mail, even if they came Wednesday this week, nobody's going to want them anymore. The basketball market is so soft. And I keep telling myself, like, I don't want basketball. I'm staying away. I'm doing just fine selling baseball. Now, if I get a pallet of Goodwill stuff and there's basketball cards in there, yeah, I'm going to list it. I'm not going to go seek out like, oh, yeah, you've got a quarter box of basketball cards, I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to seek out basketball. It's a soft market. At least it is for me. I'm experiencing very slow sales on basketball. But I almost jumped out of my lane because I was getting some FOMO on Prism because everybody's talking about it. And I held to my word. It was dicey there, but I didn't go to Target and I didn't put an order in. I didn't buy the damn Prism Monopoly cards. Zero idea what they are doing, but got to get on the bandwagon, similar to breaking. Absolutely. Denny says, guy went through them all and only picked one. Interesting. Brian Dean says, bulk edit change categories. You can type that in on YouTube and watch videos on how to. Augusta says there was a big card show that has only had a show twice. Yesterday had a great time. Feel bad the small local show I always go to makes their schedule late last year. A little miffed because most of the local show dealers went to the big show, and the dealers that still showed up had horrible day. Feel the show that only does it a few times a year shouldn't do same date. Sometimes it's tough. I don't know the inner workings. I don't know which shows they are. I don't know who the promoters are, but sometimes it's like, sometimes I lose like 15 dealers to Chicago when my show's the same weekend as the Spectacular. There's no way to avoid it. I know when the Chicago Sports Spectacular is. Unfortunately, I don't have first right to the dates at my venue. So it's either hold it the same weekend as the Spectacular or not have a show at all that month. And that would be a disservice because there's still a lot of traffic and I still had more than 100 tables filled. Did I sell out? No. Was it a good show? Yeah. Was it as good as January or February? No. But it is what it is. So I get the frustration, but sometimes it's unavoidable. Another negative for variance is that the cards in the listing won't show in a search. Exactly. So if you do variations, don't put, depending on what it is, if it go back to the 76 tops example, if it's 76 tops, don't put Reggie Jackson in the variation. List that one separately because more people will look for Reggie Jackson than Felix Millian. Who's the Felix Millian fan? Is it Mark? I think I actually sold a 76 tops Felix Millian or Milan. I don't know how to pronounce his last name this weekend. Let's see. Brian says, I break open the sets, sell 20 to 50 cards and get more for those than selling the set. Now what to do with the remaining 650 cards? Yeah, exactly. And even with junk wax, like an 89 tops junk wax, an 89 tops complete set, what, $5, $10 locally? You sell 7 or 8 cards, maybe 10 cards at $1.50, you get your money back. So if I was looking for inventory, I just buy a $5 set, keep the Cubs, sell the rest. Try to sell the rest. Let's see. Angel Baby cards. What's pretty crappy to know is eBay can let you know exactly what sells and what doesn't, but they don't. They do. You just have to look for it. You just have to do the work. So just go to eBay sold listings and, Zach Nito, see if, this is what I do. Like if I want to know what's selling or what's not selling, Zach Nito. Zach Nito got called up. What's he selling for? So you can look, there's 1,100 plus results, just typing in Zach Nito, and you can break it down to cards or autographs or whatever. Sold items, 3,500 plus results. So, hey, you look at that. Holy crap. One of his Bowman drafts sold for $5. And I sold 50 of them for $1. So that's a good, 1,100 listed, 3,500 sold. That's pretty good. Where are we at? I'm buying a variant this week, but it's an obvious one. Yaz T206 Piedmont back. What's up, baseball card curmudgeon in the house? We're going on an hour and a half today. Let's see. It's a Monday. We want to start we don't want to get our week started yet. Let's see. Today's Cardboard Gold coupon is Taxman, 10% off. Is it really? That is pretty funny because I think today's tax day, right? Or maybe tomorrow. Frito Dorito, what's up? My movie cards have been hot this year, surprisingly. What movie cards? I'm curious. Denny says they sell for $100 plus. Whoa! And I have a bunch of those. In fact, I just listed a whole bunch. Interesting. John, I'm going to have to borrow your UV light. Let's see. Bulk labels or combined shipping, is it the same? No. So bulk labels is when you like go to the bulk label print screen and like all the labels print. It shoots out all the labels for all of your orders. And then you have to go find which order does this go to. Andy says I'm going to try one label at a time. That's my way. Paul says you're killing me. It's so fast and easy. You got to get on it. Dude, it's not. It is not. Was it you that showed me the video? Yeah, it was you that showed me the video. It was terrible. It was so slow. It's bad. It's not good. You're doing the equivalent of printing labels on an inkjet and cutting them out instead of using a thermal. Not at all. Not at all. Because here, let's I'm going to go into my screen. Let's find a quick single card order. Oh shoot, that's let's see. Had a lot of multi-card orders this weekend. Oh, and I want to find one where I don't have to pull boxes off each other. 14. Damn it. That's another multi-card order. Let's see. Box 15 I still have upstairs because I was listing last night. Jesus H. Okay, 10D. My multi-card order. And this guy bought like 3 of them in different. See, and this is another reason because I have like a lot of like that one was 3 cards on separate orders. Okay, hey, finally we found one. Is that Wayne Gretzky? There's the Wayne Gretzky. When was that paid? Okay, so we're going in. I sold the 1983 Donruss Willie McGee rookie card, $2.50. So I'm going to go in, click, boom, purchase label. It's in box 14S. So as I'm looking, it's bringing it up. We go, boom, click, purchase label. I'm looking for my Willie McGee card. It's the Donruss version. My computer's slow. There it is. Ready to print. Print. Boom. I'm sleeving it. The label's already printed for me. Here's my card saver. Where's he? Oh, Fallon, Missouri. So we're going to pop a Madison card show. My label's already printed. And here I am with that and this. And here's my envelope. Boom, boom, label, boom, and boom. And there you go. That easy. Now, if I bulk printed, which card does that go to? Which label? And I've got a stack of labels, 200 high, 100 high. Some have multi-orders, so I've got to get those combined. Now I've got just not going to do it. Not going to do it. Let's see. MD Sports Cards, bulk labels and print a full sheet. It's not easier to do it one by one. You just need to be more open to change. Dude, I've done it twice and it's not faster. I've done it. It's not me not wanting to change. It's not efficient. Less efficient. For days, my eBay app says I have items to ship that have already been shipped. Yeah, so I haven't had any issues with that, but mine show up. So it says I have 4 offers. 4 with new offers. So I click on it and I get the wheel. Can you read it? You don't have any active items with open offers. I do. I have 4. So I hit refresh. Wheel. And again. There you go. So, let's see. Augusta says, I kind of side with Bo with the labels. I write the card on the label as I print them. If I mass print, then I have to go through the list one by one and figure out what goes to what. Understand his side. I'm not doing the massive volume you guys are, though, either. So, Paul, I would love for you to do a video, a better video of your system, because I've done it twice. I've tried it twice. I think I tried it when we were talking previously and you sent that video. I did it after one of the chasing cardboard videos with Ty, and it slowed me down. The bulk option slowed me down from my normal process. I sort orders by customer, not default oldest to newest, and pick them so all customer cards are together in an order. That I don't want to do that because then you are open to errors. I want to know with certainty this card is going to this order. And say I have 100, and so right now, and here's a potential, not only, and this is just another reason I don't want to do it. I have 187. Refresh. I have 187 things to ship right now. So I'm not going to ship 187 and I'm not going to sit here all day long and do 187 items to ship. So if I have like 35, I would. If I had 100, I would. But when I have 187, I'll, go get coffee. I'll step away. If I have a stack of cards and items, what happens? You're getting going. Too many things can happen to where you misplace a card, or what if you bump the stack? Like I'm clumsy, and too many things can happen where I'm printing them one at a time, and I've pulled cards. Like I'll go through and it's like, okay, I'm going to pull this card, or these aren't in sorted. Here's the Wayne Gretzky that's sold. I'm going to put that down because I know that it was paid, and boom, I'll do that next. Brian says you need a black light for the Ryan cards. I do not have a black light, so I'm just going to potentially give away a $100 card for $1.50. Let's see. So that's just another reason that I don't like. I don't want to do it. Not only is it less efficient, but there's also more room for error and screw ups. JW has been having issues on the app the last few days. Last night, early this morning was pretty bad. I've been having this particular issue for like 2 weeks now. Hopefully it's better this afternoon. Frito Dorito, they say phrases like just say Mo. Let's see. Paul says are in the same order, so it's just a matter of going down the pile and matching the cards to the invoice to the envelope. It would be easier with the invoices with it. Good point. But then you're printing out invoices. Do you print invoices on the, I don't want to waste my labels, and I don't have another printer. And again, now you're playing the match game. And it's slow. If you're printing the invoices, that's a separate thing to print. You're spending more time. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see the bulk. And again, I'm not saying this from the perspective that I've never done it and I'm being stubborn and not doing it because I don't want change. I'm saying it because I have done it and it didn't. It wasn't faster. It was actually, in fact, slower than my current system. If it works for you, great. I don't know how it's faster. Zach says we are throwing way too much at Bo today. Bulk shipping labels, looking at the lens on his phone. Let's just keep it focused on garbage day and enjoy the show. Bulking your workflow is usually the biggest improvement to most businesses. Paul says no searching required because everything is picked, printed in the same order, so your top envelope matches the top invoice until you knock the pile over. Joe Olivo. Where are we at? Joe Olivo says you can do it in bulk edit. Kyle says I have a heck of a time selling basketball on eBay. Baseball sells steadily. Basketball sits and sits. I'm listing stars. Yeah. My basketball just, I can list 2003, like some of my best selling cards lately have been 2003 Topps Total Commons. But I list like Scottie Pippen for $1.50 free shipping. Trey Young, Luka. Those cards don't even sell for $1.50. Let's see. What's next? Panini Candyland, possibly. Don't give them ideas. Categories are a choice in bulk edit. There you go. MD Sports Cards, from a buyer's perspective, the shows that Chicago lands on are amazing. Get the riffraff with the same stuff in their cases every month out and new blood in. Terapica is better than sold comps for bulk commons because sold comps won't show sales from quantity listings until the quantity runs out. MD says the less info about what is selling on the open market is better for us. Don't need everybody to know the hot stuff so they can get it too. That's actually a really good point. Get off your behind and put in a little work. Yeah, do the work and find what's selling. Busy Monday, tax day. Let's see. Never mind. Looks like it changed. It's showing some of my random 91 upper deck sales. Sorry for the confusion. It used to be like that last year. John says, I print all labels at once, usually only ship a half a dozen orders at a time. Tomorrow is tax day. We'll have to FaceTime or something sometime so I can show you properly. I don't want to FaceTime. I hate talking on the phone. I hate FaceTiming. I do have a Zoom today at 10:30. Going over a Collecticon stuff in Dallas in a couple weeks. But normally I just do a video. Just explaining how it would be like we were on FaceTime. Just talk to me like you would be talking to me on FaceTime. Jenny is legit curious. Those that are doing bulk shipping, has that always been your method? Could show you this morning. Just do a video and I can watch it. If it's short video, I'll watch it. What are you describing is a you problem, not a system problem. Yeah, probably. But I'm just I'm curious, and like the only video explaining it that Paul put out was at best the same amount of time I'm spending doing my single orders. Let's see. Nick is glad he caught this live. He's also a bulk guy. I don't get it. I've seen the videos. Nobody has proven me in video form that it's a faster method than what I'm currently doing. Let's see. Kyle says you are a shipping machine. One at a time is definitely the way to go. All about comics. Same thing with the app. Okay, I'm glad it's not just a me problem with the app. What size label do you use? 4x6. I use the 4x6. My post office was being a pain in the ass regarding the 2x7. They let it. Here another side, but we're gonna go 2 hours on this, I think. So I had the my, what is it, the 800, the QL 800 brother thermal label printer, which is only 2x7 labels, and I was printing, and they do show up small, but they were still getting scanned at some points, and then all of a sudden, like a month later, I get a stack of envelopes on my porch. With a Post-it note that says labels are too small. So I took them to the post office and they said, oh, they're too small to scan. And I'm like, but they've been scanned before. Well, we were letting them go by, but now they're too small. I'm like, but they weren't too small a month ago? Yeah, they're too small to scan. And then all of a sudden, that's the only thing they said. And I'm like, and I showed them, like, here's one from a week ago. Look, there's scans. So it's not too small to scan. No, they're too small to scan. So I said, F it, because I didn't want to deal with it anymore, and I bought the QL 1100, so now I do 4x6. Let's see, and I have the QL 1100. Let's see. Paul says, I can't really show it properly on YouTube because I have to hide the addresses. Let's see. MD Sports Cards do 20 at a time, not all 200, but still pulling 200 cards all at once versus individually will always be faster. And I do sometimes. I'll pull cards all in one file. I mean, it's just the efficiency with listing on Card Dealer Pro. I'm scanning and uploading cards, and then I'm coming back and listing them separately because it is more efficient. But the bulk, the problem I have with the bulk, and I don't understand, and this is what I don't understand, is how it's faster for those that use bulk labels to keep them organized and do 20. I mean, if I'm doing 20 at a time, I might as well just do one at a time, right? And I'm pulling the cards. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just print the pick list to your screen. The labels will be in order. Print the pick list. Print pick list. So does that, so it's on my computer. Let's go into bulk. Let's see. Where's the bulk? Where's the bulk shipping at? Awaiting shipment. It used to be right there. Huh. Do all of them? Print packing slip. Well, that's just for the first order. View. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Print pick list. Paul says the more orders you have going out, the faster this process works. Takes advantage of economy of action movement. Use a BCW sorting tray. It's really foolproof. Herman says anyone else not finished their taxes yet? Hopefully everyone's finished their taxes. Well, you've got a day. Let's see. I finished mine Saturday. No reason to give Washington their money any sooner. Gonna do taxes after work. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Absolutely. A lot of excuses this morning. Could list more cards with the time you're saving bulking everything out. But I'm not saving any time. Remember, it takes me longer. I'm just spending more time printing lists and fixing my mistakes when I knock a pile over. Let's see. Cooter says Bo prints his labels individually as a quality control of his process. It's his business, his choice. So let's move on. That was probably said 15 minutes ago. Denver Colts fan, do you keep track of sales by bulk buy? Curious how you record expenses for taxes. So no, I do not. Well, yes, I do keep track of sales. No, I think if I'm trying to understand your question correctly, I keep track of my bulk buys from a macro level, not a micro level. It's just there's no need. Speaking of efficiencies, there's no need to break down, okay, I bought this. Because, I mean, sometimes I buy 7 or 8 bulk buys in a month, keeping track of 100 different bulk buys over the course of a year. It does no good. So it's just from a macro, like, okay, this Goodwill pallet was $500. And so that's just an expense for, whatever, transaction or month it was. $500 on this buy. So that's how it's recorded. So it's recorded as a single transaction, Goodwill pallet, $500. Let's see. Herman says, exactly. We have to file in 2 different states and federal. We exiled the 2 that we were getting refunds from and waited for them to come back before paying the 1 state tax. Bulk good for selling, same item. Rascal 30 says those Nolan Ryan cards are made by Pacific and are referred to as ghost writing. I think you can slightly see the glow letters on the back without a black light, but not 100% sure. Let's see. Paul's got his stuffed envelopes. All About Comics says, guessing you are a stubborn man. Of course I'm stubborn. Let's see. Augustus says, I say we do a shipping Royal Rumble. Harlan says we need to do a head-to-head ship-off on StreamYard. First to stuff 25 single-item orders wins. Hey, we could do that. Pick, pack, and ship. Pick, pack, and ship. Is this the longest hobby evolution ever? I think we've gone like 2.5 hours before. Let's see. Paul says, you already know how it's more efficient with Card Dealer Pro. You don't scan one card and list one card. It's the same concept with the shipping labels. Yeah, but you're missing my point. You're missing my point. Double A, good morning. Had someone buy 40 Dallas Cowboy cards on Friday. He sends message saying he needs to cancel 2 of them because they were duplicates. I said, okay, started pulling all the others. Then he wants to cancel the entire order. That's an asshole move. Okay. Share the eBay username on that, because that's just a prick move. Let's see. I asked why, and he said ordered by mistake. What a dick. That's a dick. It's at the top of the bulk label screen. This was like 3 hours after the initial order. MD says we're trying to help. Don't be dumb. I think there's something he is missing to not understand. No, it's not efficient. Bo doesn't print. He handwrites his labels. Drawing QR codes by hand takes time, but he has the system down. Let's see. Cowboy fans gonna cowboy. They are who we thought they were. Sam TW _42. So that is a dick. Dick move, Sam TW. MD Sports Cards to Augusta. If we did a shipping Royal Rumble, Bo would just have it rigged. Isn't that how the regular Royal Rumble works? Maybe you would have it rigged. Let's see. 100 card order race. 100 order race. There's room for more error with scanning more than one card at a time. What if I knock over a pile and have to figure out their SKU again? You don't. Here's why. Because they go into the bin, the catch bin, you scan them. They go into the catch bin, you put a tag, 14A, they go in. But guess what? Does shit happen? Yes. And guess what's happened numerous times, Paul? Before I changed my efficiency and I had piles of cards like you and your efficient bulk shipping, I would have my stacks and I would have like a note on top, 14A, 14B, 14C. And they get the cleaners come or whatever, and I stack gets not, or the wind blows them off, and I just pick up the tab, 14A, 14B, and they get mixed around. There's multiple cards within my system that have been messed up. And why is that? It's because I've had a pile and it's been misplaced. Let's see. Let's see. Zach and Porter says we are still here. Bo will change his shipping method, but only if you buy all of his Toronto Blue. Yeah, I'll do bulk shipping. Buy my Toronto Blue Jays, and I'll change my shipping. So, bottom line is, it's my business, and I'm more efficient shipping single at a time. We're not going to do a battle off because I'm not going to change regardless. It's more efficient for me. And that's the show today. So thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button. Even if you bulk ship and print your labels in bulk, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. What else is going on? New video is up. The Ultimate Card Room. Walls are going up today. Hopefully I can have an update on some wall. Hopefully I'll get some updates today. Hopefully they're starting in the basement. I'm not sure. Join the Facebook group, Hobby Evolution Facebook group. We're at 181. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong page. Where are we at? Hobby Evolution, 181 members. Check it out. I'll drop that link one last time because the last one's buried with all of the random chatter we had today. There you go. Facebook group, Hobby Evolution. Jump on. What else? eBay store link is in the description. I will make sure you get the cards that you ordered because I do not use bulk labels, and I am very careful with which cards are ordered, and I don't knock those piles over and mix them up. You'll get the right card you order. So check out the eBay store. Back at it live tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central. Have a great day. Still love you, Paul, even though you bulk ship. Same with you, Max and Nick. John ships the way Frank Thomas ships. She'll like it too. Bing Scott. So you're saying do what works for you. You do you, boo. You do you, boo. So, hey, have a great day. Have a great Monday. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning. And see you then.